Hi, I'm going to do a video on how to get into real estate. Why? Because I have a YouTube channel and I'm in real estate. That's the main reason. It's because I need stuff to make videos about, and this is something I know about. Happen to know quite a lot about it because I sell real estate, I have for a while, but I also help run a real estate school, so kind of plays in, and I'm going to just work my strengths here, okay? Um, But secondly, why would I do a video on this? Because I feel like most people at some point, and I will delve into the potential psychology behind this, but I feel like most people have at some point in their lives thought about getting into real estate. Um, Plenty of reasons that I believe there are for that, but first and foremost, and I think mainly, it's because of how accessible it is. It's not a very hard thing to get into. It's a very hard thing to do. I think that's something that is pretty universally and widely, or at least widely, underestimated. People just really kind of don't understand how much goes into a successful real estate career as far as time and effort. But what was I saying? But it's not very hard to get into. Honestly, it's a licensed activity, so you're not looking at any degree requirements or advanced degree requirements, obviously. So the bar for entry is not super steep. I think that is another big reason people think about getting into it, is because it's a good option to fall back on. That's not too hard to get started, anyways, or at least get your license. So, speaking of getting your license, that's where you start. You have to do that before you can do anything real estate related that generates income, unless you're going to be working for a real estate agent and you're hourly or salary, and that's a totally different scenario. You're not in real estate when you're doing that. You're still a W-2 employee. Um, so, first step, getting your real estate license. There are multiple real estate licenses in my state, in Oklahoma, uh, and in most states, you're going to have at least a couple. In Oklahoma, you have a provisional sales associate license. That's the one you get first, and then after that, you upgrade after 6 months to sales associate, and then from there, you're good for as long as you want to be. You don't have to upgrade any further. But if you want to ever open your own real estate company, you have to have a broker's license, and to get that, you have to have 3 years of licensure as a sales associate slash provisional sales associate, and a transactional requirement is met. It has to be met as well. So, without getting into the details of all of that, we're talking about somebody who's just wanting to start selling real estate right now. So, right now, if you wanted to go sell real estate, you'd have to get the provisional sales associate license. To do that, you have to pass a background check, pass a real estate class that's approved by the real estate commission, and then pass the state exam. So we're going to go through these individually. Um, Passing a background check, I can't really help you there. That's up to you and your past. Like, if I had a time machine, I would not be right here in a hotel room making a YouTube video. Not that I'm not enjoying my life, I'm just saying I'd be a trillionaire or in space or something. Whatever time travelers do. Should ask Matt Groening, he knows. The Simpsons guy, he's obviously a time traveler, but you have to pass the background check. That's all you. Passing the class, I can help you a lot there because I help run a school with my family and I have for a while. So that comes down to good school selection, first of all, and what you need to look for there is reviews and pass rate. Just call, and if they don't answer and you have a hard time getting them to answer, it's probably a good sign that you don't want to go there. But if you get a hold of somebody and ask them, hey, what's your pass rate, and they have absolutely no idea, then probably not the best place to be. Because I think anybody who does something will probably be aware of their performance, objectively aware of it, in whatever metric is available to them. So that's a good question to ask. And then go online, read those good old trusty consumer reviews. Read all of them if you want, but look for the 1 stars, see how many there are, and then read those reviews and see if it's coming from somebody who had a bad experience at this particular school, or if it's somebody who exclusively has bad experiences across every aspect of their life because they're miserable and they want everybody else to be sad like them. And then decide, based on your research, where you want to go. I'm not going to tell you how to read. I mean, I would if I had enough time, but I don't. But so far, I'm knocking it out. I'm knocking it out of the park with this helpful information. Read reviews. You would have thought of that. Okay. That's selecting your school. Passing your exam, if you've selected a school, you've set yourself up pretty well for that. But what I would recommend is study according to how many questions per section. Make the amount of time you devote to a particular section of the content, which your school will hopefully have given you a good outline that explains how many questions are in each section and where to study that material. Just make the amount of time you devote to each section commensurate with the amount of questions from that section on the exam. Start highest to lowest. Start 15 sections. I'll do a video on the different sections on the pre-license exam, and I'm sure I'll probably post an outline of that at some point, but you just study accordingly. That's it. Spend your time well, and you're going to pass it. I mean, you've probably met some real estate agents that you're like, well, if they can do it, then anyone can do it. I'm not saying that all real estate agents are stupid, because I'm not that self-loathing and I've been licensed for a while. I'm just saying it's not the most difficult test. And I feel like that's fair. Right, doctors, lawyers, nurses? So once you do that, and once you've passed your background check, you'll get your Provisional Sales Associate license. What does provisional mean? It doesn't have anything to do with what you're allowed to sell. Shockingly enough, it has nothing to do with that. Provisional just means that you have to take a post-license course within your first 6 months of having your real estate license, because that Provisional Sales Associate license only lasts for 6 months. So you have to take your 45-hour post-license course where they actually teach you the how of real estate. Because believe it or not, the pre-license course does not teach you how to sell real estate, not by any means whatsoever. So please know that going into it. You will not be prepared for a transaction by passing the pre-license exam and getting a real estate license. And I promise you I will have a video on that. But you have to pass that post-license course, and then take the test for the post-license course, which is not at the state. You only take one state exam, and that's for the first Provisional Sales Associate license. You just have to upgrade from Provisional to Sales Associate by submitting proof that you completed the post-license course with an approved entity, and then pay the renewal fee, and you're upgraded to the Sales Associate license. To keep the Sales Associate's license, it's 21 hours of CE that you have to do every 3 years. So that's not too hard, not too bad, and pretty reasonably priced too. So we haven't got into selecting a brokerage or a specialty or anything like that, but I'm going to do that. Once you've passed the test and you get your license, you'll probably have already met with a broker of some sort. And what do I mean of some sort? I mean a particular specialty, because you need to choose what you want to do with your license, and I'll have a video breaking down each specialty. But what do I mean by specialty? Just a licensed activity. It could be residential sales, it could be commercial leasing, property management, whatever it is you want to do that's considered a licensed activity. Choose that, choose your broker, and then they will send your license to your broker. You'll get a copy of it, but the big real copy goes to your broker, because your license is placed under the umbrella of a broker. So if you like more information on this, I'd be happy to help with that. Or if you want to buy a house, sell a house, whatever you want to do, I can help you with that. And if you want to learn more about the different principles within real estate, the different specialties on how you can use your license, I'm making a video on that too. So it should be in my content by the time you watch this one. So if you want to go back and look in my video library, by all means, check it out.